slide?
Yeah.
Okay.
So go to the next
So
one.
show slide.
Yeah, so let's talk about what, go to
Okay, so slide 8 is
7.
going to become
So
slide
how do kids
7.
bully? And there's only one slide for this, because this is where you really want the kids to talk amongst themselves a little bit. So let's think about it. There are basically 4 ways that kids bully. Some of this may be new to you. What might be physical bullying? Hurting somebody?
Little shoves here and there.
Shoves, yeah. What else?
Poking. I keep hearing about
Poking.
poking.
Mm-hmm.
They annoy the heck out of each other, but
Running away, isolating,
Okay.
whispering.
Where does that fall under relation?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's true. There's some overlap. Usually physical bullying, and here's where the definition is in your packet. I don't have slides that say that because I thought too many slides might be a little too much for the kids, right?
Okay.
So here's where you have to then sort of remember as you go through presenting. Yeah, physical bullying, it's hurting a person's body or possessions. Right? So, pushing, shoving, tripping. You guys added poking, running away. Holding a person down, hitting or kicking, punching, spitting. Pantsing. How many of us think about that? Do you know what it is? You go up to somebody and yank their pants down on the back. Quick, momentary jab. It's physical. It's considered physical bullying.
Give them a flat tire too. Their shoes. Step on the back of their shoes.
Step on the back of their flat
about a
tire,
wedgie?
right? So it'll be
Wedgie.
interesting to see what the kids come up with around this, right?
Okay, so don't say too many. Let the kids kind of come up with
This,
something.
yeah.
Otherwise,
Get
they
the
might have a
kids-
whole repertoire.
Get the kids to think about it. Yeah.
Covered wagon.
Making mean or rude hand gestures.
yeah.
I just want to give
I want my
everybody.
ideas from the late 70s.
Do the kids know what flat tire is?
Yes.
That's a flat tire.
No, flat
No,
tire is where you
it's
step on some
rude
shoe.
hand
Back of the
gesture.
shoe.
And then
You know, pulls the
Yeah.
shoe off and then
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
shoe comes off.
Okay.
I mean, well, when you think about it, they do get ideas. Everything they see or hear
I
on
know,
social
it's
media,
tough.
YouTube, movies,
That's actually
cartoons.
something I read about, and I wanted to see if you have any experience with that. The initial response might be that it gets more intense because people try to think about it and think, oh, I want to feel powerful as well. I'll try this trick or that trick or see how people react. And I could actually not sort this in. I heard about situations from my kids that someone would say anything, and because just one kid reacts more because it's more emotional or sensitive, this is something that makes this child feel weak. This is something that really triggers some people to say something and feel powerful. So, how do we deal with this? Is there any
Are you
experience
thinking
with
that by our sharing what all these techniques are, that they may use
They'll
them?
try
No,
some,
in the
or-
internet it says that these programs might trigger an initial response that it gets more, and I wanted to see if there's any experience with that, if that is true.
I have not, in anything that I have seen,
Okay.
seen that. I mean, I think because we end in talking about the power of being an upstander, I would think that the empathy would grow instead of the feeling of, all right, now I have a new way to
Well, I was going to say,
torture.
plus if you look at the numbers that were brought up earlier of the group that is the bullies, the group
Right.
that is getting bullied, and then the bystanders, even if that small group of bullies gets some new ideas and they don't care and they want to continue being a bully, hopefully this bigger group of bystanders becoming upstanders is getting ideas on how to intervene.
Yeah.
And recognize, because some of this they may not recognize as bullying, but now after talking about it, be like, cut it out.
You're right. You're right.
So I'm hoping, because I agree, sometimes it's like, why are we telling them this? They're going to do it. But I think that's even if that happens, it would be a small group, whereas we're trying to reach the group that will have the empathy and will want to be the upstanders. I'm hoping.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I think I have this sense from some of our past experience, tell me if you think this is on target, that what we could see is an uptick in using the label of
Yes.
bully. Now, which is okay, I think, because even for us adults, we don't know these definitions. We're learning about this, okay? And I think as the kids learn about it, they may throw out the label more frequently. Oh, you're bullying me, right? We just talked about. However, I think this is a program where it's good that we're learning about it, we're thinking about it, they're using the language, and over time, through these three lessons, there becomes a greater understanding of what bully really is and isn't. And then hopefully it's not used inappropriately as a label for anybody. Personally, I don't think anybody should be called a bully. I think it's a child who's exhibiting bullying behavior in that situation that needs help.
Absolutely. So just the last thing under physical is the taking of someone's belongings. Money, lunch, a notebook, whatever it is, if that is actually considered part of bullying that kids may not think about or adults may not think about, right? So let's talk about verbal bullying. What do you guys think that looks like?
That's probably the most common form of bullying. Easy.
Right? So have the kids throw out, what they think. Because this is the part where you want to get them engaged again, because there's a lot of PowerPoint stuff, and I think the PowerPoint is helpful to keep us on target as we go through the presentation.
Nobody likes you because you have red hair.
Right, exactly.
Parents don't have much money.
Name calling or put downs, taunting, incessant teasing, right?
Having a secret.
Threats, racist, sexist, or bigoted remarks, hostile gestures like making faces, staring. This is where you see a little overlap between physical and relation or verbal.
This is all also over, on text messages and electronic media is all verbal bullying, I think, right? Isn't it?
Yep.
They make gestures using emojis.
Yes,
And
hostile gestures like making faces, staring, giving the evil eye rolling. And here's one that I don't think most of us realize. When kids provoke a reaction out of somebody else incessantly, trying to, jab to get them to explode because that gets them in trouble, that provoking of a reaction, that is considered part of verbal bullying. And I'm hoping kids who hear that, because I know that happens, right?
A lot.
A lot. And then that child who has this outburst gets in trouble for that
Gets
outburst.
suspended. My son got suspended. For over a year, the kid was poking at him, and then he exploded and put him in a chokehold. And he got suspended, the other one didn't get in trouble, and I decided just to let it go. Because if I was the parent of the other kid, I'd want to come and say, you did what to my son, right? So I just kind of let it go in a little way, but it did.
Now, what happens, like, for example, a boy comes over, he has red hair, and he tells your child, what color is my hair, in the bathroom? And your child's like, well, because he's small, right? So their imagination is, like, different. So he's like, red velvet. So the other kid just, like, pinched his cheeks as hard as he could and said, you're disgusting and nasty, and just walked away. So who's the bully there? Or who's the one displaying the bullying behavior? Is it the kid that provoked it? Like, what color is my hair? I mean, because the other one just said the honest truth, right? It's red, but he added velvet.
So then you ask yourself, who was intending to hurt whom? Right?
I actually think the first question is, was this a bullying situation?
Right. So you have to ask, right, it's like, did it just happen out of the blue? That it was a wholesome thing? And because I have about 10 minutes to go through the rest of the lesson plan, there is an opportunity for kids in this lesson plan to look at 4 different scenarios and to ask that question, is this bullying or is it not?
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
So that is part of this lesson plan.
Okay.
And sometimes there's not a hard and fast truth to any, to a situation. Where there's hurt, that's where
there's
you've got
conversation.
some resolution that needs to happen, right?
And I do think going back to that slide 3 is you can take the kids right back to it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's look at it.
Right.
Was it repeated? Was it
Right.
meant harm?
Right.
Mutual teasing. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, all right, relational bullying.
Okay.
Just very quickly, because we're running out of time. You ask them again, what do you think that means, right? It's hurting someone's reputation or relationships, using